Boss chicks, boss chicks, boss chicks, boss chicks, boss chicks, boss chicks.
To all the queens who sacrifice their dream, to all the queens who put their lives aside, this is now your time to shine. This is now your time to shine.
Boss chicks, boss chicks.
Rise up, take your place. Rise up, take your place. Rise up, don't look down. Just rise up. Rise up. Just your girl.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Boss Chicks. We are here with episode number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. We just want to thank you, as always, for joining in with us on Tuesday, spending your Tuesday evenings with us. I am here with my beautiful co-host, Latoya, Andrea, and Lashondra should be here tonight. Possibly. It's her son's birthday. Happy birthday, Noah. I think Noah is 6 years old. I
Aww.
think. He's either
He's
five
so
or
cute. I saw pictures of him. He's so adorable.
he's either 5 or 6. He's such a little sweetheart. So happy birthday, Noah. Um, but yeah, we're gonna kick off this week's show. We are talking about how to differentiate. That's a word. I didn't make it up. Between client, family, and friends. Um, Pretty much, how do you separate the three, while building a business? Um, so we're going to be talking about that tonight. We want to thank everybody for tuning in last week while we discussed the beauty and the beast of entrepreneurship. That was a very good show. So once again, as always, thank you guys for tuning in, whether you're tuning in live on YouTube or you're watching from Facebook. We appreciate all the love and support, the likes, the shares, the comments, and so on. Thank you. We are here as entrepreneurs, moms, wives, just pretty much sharing our story and our testimony in hopes to help other women to continue to build, grow, and achieve the things that they want to achieve in life while balancing it out. We're not perfect. We never try to be perfect. We're just trying to live this life and help others do the same thing. So, without further ado, I'm going to kick off tonight's show and tell you about some experiences like I've had when it comes to, the challenges of doing business with family and friends. Um, Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You have mixed emotions and feelings. As a business person, you one of the things I think Lashondra said last week is that you want to make sure that you respect your craft so that others can respect your craft. And sometimes respecting your craft and respecting that what you do means making tough decisions. In the beginning, sometimes you're kind of like lenient because you're trying to build, you're trying to grow your clientele, whatever it is that you do. So you tend to like give discounts or you tend to give favors. But there comes this point in time when you're doing all of that and you have to be like, wait, how is this helping my business? Or how is this benefiting me? I'm not saying that you just completely throw everything away. No, because I'm about service first, service first, helping people. But at the same time, you can't help people to the point where it makes your business stagnant. So in the past, like sometimes in the beginning of doing daycare, it was like, okay, I would give family and friends discounts. And I literally had a section that said family friend discounts. And, and then I had, non-family and friend discounts. And then I had military discounts because my husband at the time was just getting out of the military, and I recognized, like, our military sometimes need help. Not sometimes, they always need help. Like, I'm a firm believer in helping the armed forces. And after a while, I realized, like, I'm giving all these discounts and then I'm paying payroll, and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I giving all these discounts? Because if my family and friends were in, like, Joe Blow school down the street, they would pay it, like, with no problem. And I know I'm doing more than Joe Blow down the street, because that's why their kids are here. Or their kids are just here because, they got that discount. So I had to literally, like, stop, stop doing that and discrediting my services. And then allowing, like, them to just drop off when they want, pick up when they want, hang out. And it was like, okay, it was a tough decision. Like, it's like those tough things you have to talk about, but at the same time, it's like, you need to talk about, like, no, you can't hang out at my house. I am working. No, you can't call, because if I'm on the phone talking to you, then I can't be taking care of your kid. Or it was a lot of stuff like that. And it was very, very hard. But at the end of the day, it had to be done. Did they like it? No. That I think that's the hardest part, is like, they begin to feel some type of way, like, well, you're supposed to do this because you're my family, or you're my friend, or it's supposed to be like that. And uh, getting them to understand and respect the fact that, because you're my family and friend, you should respect the fact that I'm not doing this. Because if I'm doing this for you and I'm doing this for everybody else, then imagine if your child was at somewhere else, and they were doing the same thing that I'm doing for you, for the other person. Wouldn't you feel some type of way? So I know I would. Like, if my sister come and she hanging out with me and we're just sitting there chopping it up, and your kids are running around, if I put my child in the daycare and I see they with their sister and they're chopping it up, and my kid is just running, I was like, I'm gonna be feeling some type of way. Like, am I paying you to watch my kid not be chopping it up with your sister? So, just getting people to respect the fact that, what, I love you. We're family, we're friends, but this is business. So I'm a firm, like, when I do take on clients that are friends and family, I always tell them the same thing. Um, Monday through Friday from 6:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the evening, you're my client. Like, you're my client. 5:45, we back family again. So I might say something that piss you off, that you don't like. Like, we might disagree about something. I still love you, and at the end of the day, we're still family. But after 5:45, then we can go back to lovey-dovey. But you might not like me. I might tell you, like, hey, don't be late to come and get your kid, or pay your bill on time, or some tough things. Doesn't mean I don't love you, or I don't care about you, or I don't respect you. It just means this is a business, and I have to conduct myself as a business person, because it's a business. It's not just my hobby, it's my livelihood is based off of this. So those are the experiences I've had, like, just getting people, first myself, making sure I respect my business enough to make others respect it. If I don't respect it enough, then others won't. So I'm the real stickler. I do some work for my church, like helping them out, like, administratively. And I always tell them the same thing, like, hey, during the week, don't call me. If it's something, text me, text it to me. I work a job, like, I have a 9 to 5 job. It's just a 6:30 to, 5:30 job. So I can't be on the phone talking. And even when I'm off of, the kids are down for a nap, I'm still working. I'm just not off. So it's very important to make sure that you respect your craft so that others can respect your craft. So yeah. How about you, Drea?
I like that. Respect your craft. um, honestly, like I think on our first episode when we talked about this, my biggest challenge was charging, knowing what to charge, and also whether or not to charge full price for something, especially with family and friends. And it's more so, I think, me, because I'm like, oh, but I want to help them out. Or, I mean, if I could, I'd do it for free. But, that it just takes away from it, it pulls from me. But then like you said, I'm for service first. I love to help people. I love to, bring joy through the things that I can do with my hands and through my creativity. But at the same time, it's like I I don't want to sound selfish, but it's like I want to be able to also take something home for myself and my family too. Um,
Yeah.
and so I've been charging full price. Um, even the delivery fees. As much as I sometimes want to take them off, I'm just like, oh, I shouldn't, because that's time away from my family, or that's maintenance on the car or gas or something. It's going to cover something. But
Yeah.
I think that the turning point for me, um, when I stopped doing free, completely free, was when I did I did a gig a couple months ago. I offered to do it for free, and it was for a really close family friend. And I was just like, you know what, just buy the flowers and I'll do everything for free. But while I was doing it, I just felt kind of like not burdened, but I was just like, oh my gosh, like I could have made so much money off of this. Like I could have actually really took some profit home. And when I looked at, the things I was doing like funeral sprays, and like those things run 175 to like almost $300 or more, depending on the size of
Wow.
flowers. And I'm just like, I just did 3 of these for free. And a bunch of floral arrangements, and I'm just like, man. And I was happy to do it because they're a good family friend. But that was the turning point for me. I was like, you know what, if I'm going to be putting in this much work, I house the flowers here at home too. And so that's space in my home, being taken up by the flowers, that's transporting them back and forth. And it helped me realize how much like really goes into what I do, because sometimes you're just so go go go, or I'm just so go 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 with the flowers. Like I love doing it, I love going to the flower spot and picking them up. But this job, it kind of made me like had my wheel spinning and made me more aware of like, okay, this is what I need to keep track of. And so it was good. It was a good learning experience, and it was also the thing that made me say no more free. And it was also, and the thing that really set it in motion for me was, if it's going to take away time from my family, time that I'm never going to get back ever again, then I have to be charging. And that day I told Jamal, I was like, I promise I'm not going to do any more freebies. And since then I haven't. And as much as I wanted to, I'm like, I can't break that promise to him to like, to not do any more freebies, because, it's money in our pocket. It's money going back towards the business. It's teaching me to kind of stand firm in in that part of the business owning part.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been fortunate enough since I've started back in August, like everybody, I mean, even though I've offered free, like I think I offered free to a free bouquet to this to one of my last customers, because I was late with 2 of her deliveries, or with having her stuff ready. And she was like, no, don't even worry about it. Like, I understand you have kids now, and sometimes you're going to be running late, and that's okay. And so she, I'm grateful, because she won't even let me give it to her for free. um
I love
and
the
then
clients like that
yeah.
respect you enough to be like, you know what? Mm-mm. Even the ones that you'll put your price low, and they be like, girl, no, I should be paying you way more for this. I
Yeah,
respect clients like that. I
me
love
too.
those type of
Yeah,
clients.
it definitely like kind of keeps you in check, because it's like, you're
Yeah.
right, you're right, you're right. And I think even Jamal, because Jamal's been kind of hustling at work for me too, and he'll I think a lady ordered, one of his coworkers ordered a bouquet, and she was like, are you sure that's it? Don't shortchange your wife, because I'm your favorite coworker or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, okay, okay. But I mean, it's nice to have people like that in your corner, because it makes you feel really supported. The fact that my friends and my family order from me at all, it just shows that that they do believe in what I'm doing, and that makes me happy. I mean, I'm sure I'll come across somebody or a situation where I'm going to be faced with that challenge of hook the homie up or whatever. But I think the fact that I've kind of laid that foundation and made that promise to Jamal just makes it that much easier, because I don't want to give my time away for free, because then it's like, then I'm stealing from my family. Then it's like my business is stealing from my family. And it's like, you know what? I prayed for this to not interfere, like I love the business. I love doing flowers, but I also love my family. And I don't want them to clash. I don't want my business to be to my family. And so that's mainly how I want to run, the business. And even with like the deliveries, I know during the week, I know I only really deliver on the weekends, but people have asked me if I could deliver during the week. And I'm just like, I've said yes, knowing that it's going to be hard for me, because, that's extra money and it's hard to say no to extra money. But I think, going back to like sticking to what I have set in place so that it works for me, Jamal, and my daughter, I think it'll just like, that's like, you can't challenge that.
Yeah.
Part of it. So that's where I'm at. That's where I've been.
That is, it's good that, like you said, you established those boundaries. What gave me a good eye opener was last week. Tunisha was on last week, and she was filling in for Andrea, and she was talking about the difference between being a solopreneur and an entrepreneur. And she pretty much explained like all the stuff a solopreneur does. Like, they're handling their marketing, they're handling their scheduling, they're handling like all of that stuff, because they don't have a staff. They don't have like an assistant or no employees or anything like that. And, when you sit down and you actually write out all that you do, and when you go and you say free, now there's a difference between like giveaways or once in a blue moon, you want to give something away to somebody, or you want to bless somebody with something. There's a difference with that. Then versus you do a job, like a $500 job that would charge somebody $500, and you're doing it all for free. And then once you realize that $500 job that you just thought was just going to be $500, they added to it, and now it went from a $500 job to like $1,000 job, and you're like, wait, I didn't sign up for this. So that is very important. Like, as business people, that you don't shortchange yourself.
Right.
Value yourself. Like, I'm learning that it took me a while, like as an entrepreneur, to learn that, what, if I don't value what I do, nobody else is going to value what I do. And my mentor, one of the things she told me early on was that don't shortchange yourself. God will send you the clientele who will pay for what what you're doing. And from that moment on, my whole mindset and concept about money in business changed. Like, okay, you don't want to pay it? Peace. I'm sorry, and he's always sent the clients that's willing to pay, the prices. I haven't had to short. I think I've given discount. I give discounts still to my military families. If a parent or a family member come and they're in dire need, I'll be like, let me pray about it and I'll get back to you. Like, if there's a dire need situation or service, because I recognize jobs don't pay as much. So I am sensitive to that nature, but I'm not sensitive to the fact that it's gonna take away from my family. Like, that's something I just won't budge on. So that was good. At the end of the day, your family got to be first. You cannot clash the two, because you do not want your family to ever start having the point where they hate your business.
Right.
I hate it growing up in a house with flowers, or I hate flowers now because my mom took all her time and energy in flowers. Flowers make me happy. How can you hate flowers?
I know. I know. I think about that too, because I'm like, Addison will be in the living room in her little playpen, and she'll be like whining for me. She'll be like, "Mom!" And then I'm in the kitchen doing flowers, and I think about that. I'm like, I don't want her to hate sunflowers or roses or just these beautiful things, But so I always like, I'll check myself. I'll put it down, tend to her, calm her down, and then go back to the work, and then just try to balance.
Yeah.
It's hard,
It's
but it's key.
it
But
is definitely
it gets done.
a hard thing. Even like for me in the beginning, I wouldn't take vacations or days off. Like I would work every day. And I was like, wait a minute, these some of my daycare families, they going on vacations and doing all of this. And I was like, nope, my kids come first. Sorry. So every year, I take the same vacation time every year. And every year I have parents say, do you need that many days off? Do you need that many days off? Yes, I do. Because your kids invade my kids' time. And no, I do not work after hours anymore. Like I am a stickler with that now. Like people hit me up and be like, oh, I heard you used to do duty care. Yeah, I used to do that. But my kids got older, they require more time, and they're at the age where I can't put somebody else's child above their needs. So no, I don't do that anymore. I'm working 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day sometimes. So when I get off of work, my full undivided attention goes to them. So sorry, no, I can't do that. And no, I can't do weekends. I'm work Monday through Friday, like over 60 hours. The weekends are for my family. So yeah. So that's an important. I like that. I wrote that down. Don't clash. Go ahead, Toya, share your journey with us.
So I always feel like my story is always different because my industry is completely different from everyone else's. Separating clients and family and friends. Well, in the fitness industry, there's not many people running to do it. That's number one. Not everybody wants to work out, especially as intense as I train. So people prefer classes, they prefer Zumba, yoga, things of that sort. So not everyone's training on the caliber that I train. So I don't have that experience with family. Okay. And having to separate business from family. I do train my sister, and I do online training with her, and she'll tell you I keep it professional. She gets it just like everybody else. Whether she complains through it or not, it's the same. I keep it very professional. I send her her program every weekly, and I just stick to what I'm supposed to do. It's straight across the board, so I don't have that problem because I don't train many family members or friends. Now, I do have clients that has been coming to me for quite some time, and they have became friends, really good friends. And I think that's awesome. But because we started as clients first, there's business first. So there's no clashing of it. It's business, and then there's friendship. I have a client that actually told me that I get paid before some of the other people in her household, as far as, mortgage, lights, water. I get paid first, and she's a very dedicated client. But we keep it very professional. I send my invoices out at the end of the month, and that's taken care of. We do our training, and after, that's where the friendship comes in. Yeah. But I keep it very separate. I try to keep it as professional as I can. But I don't have that same experience that you guys have as far as clashing with family and friends. Because like I said, not everyone's jumping to work out all at one time. So it's been a different experience with me. But I would say if I do have an influx of family members coming in, like I said, just keeping it very professional, making sure they know that this is my business. I don't work at a gym. I can't work at a gym. So this is my business, and I'm going to run it the way that I see fit for me. And I do my own invoices. I send them out. I keep track of my books very strictly. I make sure that I have reminders going out. But I'll just continue to keep it very professional. If I do have an influx of family, I'm just kind of like, if I have an influx of family.
I would say, just piggybacking off of Latoya and her professionalism. Man, I love my sister. So this is my third time training with Latoya. First time I was just like, yeah, okay. Because my sister she had just started. So I was like, I'll be your first client, I'm very all about supporting my family. Like when my family members tell me like they have a business, I'm the first one to say, hey, sign me up, Um, I'm going to push them because I believe in them. And when you believe in somebody and you want somebody to succeed, you're willing to pay for, the services. I'm not sitting up there saying, hey, can I get the homie hookup? Nope. What's your price? Okay, I'll pay for it. If I don't have it, I can't do it right now, but I'll do it next week. Like I'm a firm believer in that. But so the first time I played around, like I played around the first time. And then the second, actually, I don't even think you were licensed then. You were still in school getting your training, your certification. So I was like, okay, I'll go through the motion with her. And then I was like, yeah, I'm over it. And then the second time, I was like, okay, let's do this. I was good for like 30 days, and then I was like, life started happening, and I had to quit. This time, she was pretty much like when I said, hey, Toya, I want to start back training. She was like, okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't like to do online training. She was like, I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't like doing online training. That's not one of the things that I wanted to do in my field of work. And she was pretty much straightforward. She was like, so if I'm going to take my time and do this, and I had to think like, is my sister talking to me?
Yes. Yes, I know.
She was like, if I'm gonna take my time to do this, you have to be serious. You have to give me this amount of time and you have to stick with it and yada 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 yada. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, whatever. But I respected her craft because that's her field. Do I cuss her out? I don't literally cuss at her, but every Tuesday morning, when I get that text and I start looking at them videos, and I was like, this chick done really done lost her mind, and she think I'm supposed to do X, Y, and Z. And I will send a hate message, and then she will be like, that's okay, but you can do it. And I'll just be sitting here like, but I don't want to do it. But she kept it very professional. We even like after the fact, she checks in, she makes sure I'm doing it. And then afterwards, she even texts me from a separate number. Like she texts me from a business number. She texts me from a business number. And then like maybe say she send me a text right now. Then she'll text me from like our regular system thing, like, hey girl, how your day going?
Yeah, I have to keep it professional. I have to separate the two. I have to, as my sister, she knows I'm not playing with her, because not only does it help her, it's going to help me.
Yeah.
With her slimming down and her posting about it, it helps promote my business. So I have to be very strict on my clients. I have to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to. And it is about the service for me, which is why I took her on as an online client, because I prefer personal training, which is face-to-face training. That's my preference. But I know that this is what she wanted. And I know I sensed that seriousness this time. So I did make that commitment with her. So I'm make sure that she commits back to me. It's as simple as that. I'm committing to her. She has to commit back to me, because the more people see her slim down, that influx, that comes back. People start to, call and want to work out or whatever else. And eventually maybe I will start an online program and do it the way that I want to do. But for right now, I just prefer personal training. But for my sister, yes. So I guess, yeah, I did make some type of adjustment for family.
But I pay. Look,
yes, but she pays. She pays full price.
I don't
no discounts, and
nothing.
she did not ask for a discount. And my younger sister, Tunisha, she trained with me at one point before too, and she paid full price as well. Just like I pay full price for my hair when she does it. She just got it done. Yeah. So when you are working with people that are already in business as well, it makes it easier. People understand that I have to pay you just like you have to pay me.
Yeah.
So it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
That is so true. I mean, it's all about the respecting, your craft. Like, I love what I do. I love what you guys do. I mean, every 2 weeks I'm hitting Andrea up faithfully. Can I place my order?
I know. I wish I lived in San Diego or close enough to get a delivery.
One day I'm gonna get you some flowers, Toya.
It's faithfully, like it makes me happy. Like, it's one thing about having a business that you're doing it and it's like a chore, but when you see the fruit of your labor, like what it's doing and how it brings people, it makes you happy. Like, literally, when I get these flowers, first of all, let's talk about her delivery guy. Let's talk about that.
Oh my
Break down about how happy I get with her flowers. So her delivery guy, his name is Jamal. He comes in and he's so professional about it. He's found a way to sprinkle some water on the.
I just
So
got
it
him a
looks-
new spray bottle. He's so happy.
So
98.
he comes in and it looks like it's like fresh drip water. Like, it makes it look really, really good. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. But he'd be so professional about it. He'd be like, here's your arrangements. I'd be like, oh. I actually took a picture of him this weekend. I meant to send it to you.
Oh, send it to me so I can post it.
So it makes the flowers, once they get in here, it literally brightens up my day on Saturdays when I get them. Like, I'm like,
Aw.
oh, yeah, my flowers are here. And then fitness, I mean, come on now. Did y'all see my picture yesterday?
Seen
Yes,
it.
you
I
look
was
really
excited.
good.
I mean,
Like,
living that confidence it's amazing.
I was just like, go ahead, Sena, with your bad self. so, I was shared with somebody. I was like, I had told my sister early in the year, I was like, I'm moving in a different direction. I don't have to keep going buying clothes. I have a ton of clothes in my closet that I just can't fit anymore because, I gained weight. I was stressed eating, and it showed. Like, I mean, I felt it, but it started to affect my health. And I was like, okay, I'm not about to go to the gym because I'm just gonna be honest. I would go to the gym and I knew nothing about what I was doing. Like, I was just using the equipment and using machines and I didn't know. I can go to the gym faithfully. Like, I can do that. I could do a Zumba class. I could dance. I could do all of that stuff. But I'm like, why am I going to pay somebody else when I have a sister who's in the same field? But not only is she in that field, she can help me with the nutrition part too, because the biggest thing for me was when I get stressed, I'm going to eat. And I need to figure out how to cut out certain things or what's not good, for my body and why, like, physically I'm feeling like this because of eating this or, so she didn't bring just one package. She's the whole package. And I was like, if I follow the package, then it's going to work. Well, I've been following the package and obviously, boom, boom. So I'm always making sure I'm shouting her out because the simple fact is she literally saved me from me. So, and I'm a firm believer, like, give honor to where honor is due. Like, even when it comes to like my hair, like my sister Tunisha knows I will rock a style for months. Like, I am so basic, like it's just not even funny. And she'll get mad. She'll like seeing them. It's a reflection of, the person who's doing your service. So when a parent comes to me and be like, my kid loves you, or when I see previous students like saying, oh, happy, like, oh my gosh, my happy birthday post had previous students, it makes your heart happy to see that, the service that you provided is helping someone else. So when you discredit your own self to make others feel better or whatever, you're not doing anybody a service. You're actually doing them a disservice by like not respecting your craft. So it is very important that when you do find somebody that you like and their work, and you shout them out, it helps grow. That's, if nothing else, is growing your business and their business. Like, a shout out don't cost you nothing.
Right.
It don't cost you nothing to share something somebody posted, or comment or like on something. It doesn't cost you anything to do that stuff. So, if you can do it, do it. I make sure I tag everybody who helped me. Like, you want to know where this person is? This is them. This is that. And that's how we grow our businesses. That's how we be helpful one to another. Not saying that your business, we're a one-stop shop, or one business is going to be able to service everybody. But I do believe who's for you is for you, and who's not for you is not for you. That's
Right.
why when it comes to like the financial aspect of it, I'm always telling people, no, charge what you want to charge. Let God give you the price that he wants you to give, and he will send forth the people who believe in you. Just simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Other than that, what would you say to encourage, business people, Drea, as far as sticking with it, no matter who the client is?
Do it because you love it. I mean, still respect what you offer, respect your craft, respect your foundation, the things that you put in place for your business, but also do it because you love it. It matters. Like when you are happy, for example, for me, when I'm happy to do flowers, it shows. It shows in my work. I don't think I've ever made a bad bouquet. If I have, please tell me. But
Mine's be looking good.
if like if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it shows too, in the way that you handle your clients, in the way that you carry your business, in the way that you deliver your product. So if you're going to do it because you love it.
That's good. That's some good advice. Um, I just wanted to share and let everybody know that coming December, Andrea is going to teach us like how to make our house look real fabulous during the holiday. During the holiday, and I'm super excited about it. And as a matter of fact, earlier today, someone asked me about that. They was like, "Is Andrea going to show us like different styles that like we can do to decorate during the holidays?" I was like, as a matter of fact, she is. We have a whole show that's going to be dedicated to like certain things for the holidays. So it's like, make sure you're watching. So yeah, girl, they asking.
How exciting.
So Toy, what advice would you give to the entrepreneur about balancing things as far as clients and families and friends?
I would say to start how you want to finish. So I understand that in the beginning you are trying to please people. I mean, I was doing it. I was, trying to be a convenience for everybody according to the price, but you have to start something how you want to finish it. So if you start a certain way, you have to see that through. So no discounts for your family and your friends. If it is something that you want to do down the line, like you said, the giveaways or something like that, nothing's wrong with that, but you can't short yourself from what you do. So start something how you want to finish it. And don't change your prices, change your clientele.
That's good. I like that. I like that. Don't change your prices, change your clientele. That's good. For me, it's just respect your craft, respect yourself, especially for those who are in a business or in a field where you had to pay for schooling, you have to take time for training, you had to take time away from life just to get to where you are. That takes time, that takes energy, it takes a lot. So don't just feel like this is just my hobby. Own your business, respect your business, and love your business enough to not just like, I don't say I'm a small business or, a little business, because I'm not, I do big work. So I consider myself a big corporation because I'm doing big work. So respect yourself enough, respect the things that you do, not to discredit yourself. If you disvalue yourself, then other people are going to disvalue you. And not everybody's going to like what you do. Not everybody, you're not going to be for everybody. And that's okay. Like, be okay with that, because there are people that are for you. There are
Yeah.
people that your business is going to cater to. So you're not for everybody, and that's okay. You don't have to be. I don't want to be for all the people in the world. Do you know how many people got babies in this world? Like, that's just too much. I have in childcare, I have made a conscious decision over the last couple of months that I'm not taking any more infants. It's a lot of work. Like, I was like, I'm not, I love the babies, but it's just a lot of work. And with so much going on in the world, I don't want that responsibility with infants. So I've made a conscious decision that I used to take newborn 6 weeks to 12 months. Now I'm not taking 6 weeks to 12 months. And trust me, I had a lot of them. I'm taking one and up now. And it's because I recognize my craft, like what I really want to do as far as childcare and the purpose behind it. So when you start respecting yourself and the things that you want to do, you realize that, you know what, I'll be able to cater to some, and I won't be able to cater to all, and be okay. Don't make it just about making it money, but make it about making a difference. If you're just seeking work, seeking using your business just for the money, but you're not using it to make a difference, it won't sustain you at all, because you'll realize the money is just going to keep flowing away. But when you're doing it to make a difference in somebody's life, like service first, like we said, you'll realize that your business is sustainable. It'll continue to last. It will continue to grow. It will continue to build, because you're client first. You're working on the client first, and you're not, like Latoya said, you're not you established yourself from the beginning. Uh, a pastor that came to our church years ago, his name is Bishop Ron Ash. He passed away. He said something that was very wise, like maybe 10 years ago, and I love that quote: that things don't end wrong, they start wrong. How you
Mm.
start in the beginning is how you end. So if you started like just not seeing yourself as that person, then in the end you're going to constantly not see yourself, and you're going to work yourself to an early death because you didn't believe in yourself enough to like establish those boundaries. So if I can encourage you to do anything, is to establish boundaries and stick with it. Respect your craft, respect your business, respect yourself, and make others respect you too. And that's all I got for tonight. So on that note, Andrea, tell the people where they can find you and where they can find your beautiful arrangements. Hold on, I'm going to show my arrangement. Look at this, y'all. Look
You
how white
always
my
set it up
flowers.
so
That's
pretty.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at this. And she did this vase too. So yeah, tell the people where they can find you, Andrea.
You can find me on Instagram at myeverythingbeautiful.ag. You can DM me your orders and Venmo me your payments.
Sounds good. How about you, Latoya?
You can find me on Facebook at Divine Total Body Fitness, or Instagram at train_with_Toya. I'm in the business of building confidence. So you can also fill out a report on www.divinetotalbodyfitness.com.
All right, and I am Sena Williams. You can find me at Sena_Williams_realtor. Making dreams come true through home ownership. That's really, really good. And building generational wealth with home ownership for our new millennials out there. You can also find me at Children of the King Daycare. All the information is going to be right down here. So you will be able to find me on Instagram and on Facebook. I am a firm believer of where children go, they can grow. So make sure you definitely go visit our Instagram pages, like, share, follow. You can follow Boss Chicks at Boss Chicks San Diego on YouTube, Instagram, and on Facebook. Before we go, I just want to have us do a special shout out to my Aunt Corrine, who is a breast cancer survivor. We are so proud of you. We love you, Tia.
Love you.
And we appreciate you. We thank you for everything you done. Thank you for being a fighter, because if you wasn't fighting, then nobody could fight for you. So we thank you for being a fighter. And we would just want to spend a special shout out to our Tia Kareem Collins. She's on
Yes.
Facebook. Don't be trying to look her up, y'all people. Okay, you know she got brothers and nieces and daughters and a son. But we want to thank you guys again for tuning in with us on a Tuesday night. You can be anywhere else, but you have chosen to tune in and hang out with us as we continue to build, grow, and equip women all over the world. So we want to thank you guys. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Boss Chick out.
Boss Chix, Boss Chix, Boss Chix, Boss Chix, Boss Chix, Boss Chix.
To all the queens who sacrifice their dream, to all the queens who put their lives aside, this is now your time to shine. This is now your time to shine.
Boss Chix, Boss Chix.